Good morning, SoTellUs family. SoTellUs Time, another SoTellUs Time. So excited to be here with you guys today. We got Troy over there in our main headquarters, killing it, crushing it, keeping it real. We got me over here with my back brace on in my home office, trying to crush it. Really killing myself? No. And we are just excited to be with you guys today. Troy has been, if you're following social media, Troy's been jet setting all over. Hallelujah for, live events again. Super exciting to be doing live events. I wish I was traveling with them. We were actually just talking about the rest of the calendar year and all the events that they have coming up. Four or five more for the rest of the year, like packed into 2 or 3 months, right? Yep. Which is kind of cray-cray. Not sure which ones I'll make it to or not, but definitely if I'm at one, you'll see me on social media. Also, something I want to point out today is this episode, and I can't believe we missed this, but it's just because we're always so busy and we're just like, running. I'm walking with my walker and Troy is running. And today is our 130th episode of SoTellUs Time. Isn't that amazing?
Yeah.
What? 130. That's exciting. Yeah. Oh, I haven't done any sound effects in a while. I'm glad I hit the right button. That was awesome. Yeah. I could have hit this one.
130.
130. We missed our 100th. Which is kind of like a big deal, like so exciting. So today is 130 episodes of awesomeness with all of you, and we are excited to be here as always. We're actually going to do this podcast based off of the success we had with last episode. So if you haven't listened to last episode, you need to go back and check out the last episode. It was so popular. We got such great feedback, so many messages and comments that people loved it, that we're kind of basing this one off of that and continuing to move forward with that theme. So today we are talking about the right call to action. We want to be specific with you guys here. We've had such great success. One of the biggest mistakes that we see in marketing, and especially with people's websites, is that they don't have an effective call to action, right? Most of them don't have any call to action, to be honest.
Yes.
And if they do have a call to action, it's not a very good one in most cases. It's funny when we sit down and people come into our office or we fly out to meet with somebody and we sit down in their office and we pull up their website, on the big screen, and we're going over what they should and shouldn't be doing on their website. What is the purpose of their website? It's always missing the right, or if any, call to action. So one tip real quick before we even jump in, and I'm going to have Troy jump in, but one thing that just spurred in my mind is one of the very first things that we talk about is, what is the purpose of your website? And we should do a whole another podcast on that. But I'm gonna let that like hang out there. Actually, in your minds, I want you to think, what is the purpose of my website? And you know what? Maybe next week that'll be the topic of our podcast. But you could be thinking, you can get the wheels churning, and I think you'll kind of start to get the idea just based on that first question. Because when we ask that question to people, right away they look at their website and they go, "Oh, yeah, my website sucks," because it does not do what I want it to do. It does not have the right purpose. All right, Troy, let's jump into the right call to action.
All right. So before we get too far, let's just define what is a call to action. In case you don't know, and that's fine if you don't, right? We're all learning. But a call to action is basically a piece of content that is designed to get an immediate response from the person reading it or hearing it, right? So it's something that people are going to hear it, they're going to see it, and they're going to, boom, take action right away. Yeah. That's the whole point of a call to action. Now, what's funny is, again, Trevor kind of mentioned it, when we talk to business owners and we ask them, hey, what calls to action do you have on your website or in your marketing? The most common answers we get are this. They say, well, I've got a contact us form on my website. It's right there. They can fill it out.
Yeah.
Okay. Or, hey, I've got my email address. It says right there, email. They can email me right there. Or, well, I've got my phone number on my website so they can call me. And it just cracks me up because those are not calls to action.
Right.
Those are ways for people to communicate with you.
Well, and Troy, let me
Right?
put one out there that is the most common that we see when it comes to service industry. A free estimate.
No way.
Everybody gives a mother freaking free estimate. like I wouldn't name a company that doesn't give you a free estimate. Come on. Everybody does that. That is not enticing. If somebody was like, well, just a $200 estimate, nobody would call them. No one would use them, right? So that is not a call to action. If yours is a free estimate, boo on you.
Yeah, that's a very bad call to action.
Yes.
Right? So, what is one of the best calls to action? Like we've looked at it, all the different forms and all the different ways you can do call to actions. And one of the best calls to action is a special offer, right?
Yep.
Some sort of an offer that they're like, oh my gosh, I got to get this. So how do you create a great special offer call to action? And we're going to give you a couple of ways to do that. So the first one is, and you need to make sure that you're doing this, when you're thinking of what your special offer is or your call to action is, it needs to first create desire or fear. Now you may say, like, well, those are two opposite things. You're absolutely right.
Yeah.
They are opposite things. But you've got to get the person to move, to do something. And the best way to get somebody to move and take action is to either create a desire that they want it so bad that they're going to do something right away to get it, or you create a fear that they're so scared that they're going to miss out on it, or they're afraid of, if I don't do this, something bad's going to happen, or I'm not going to have the right information, or whatever it might be, right? You create a fear. So you have to move the needle one way or the other, to desire or to fear, so that it gets them to take action right away. Now, let's talk about one of the best ways to do fear. One of the best ways to do fear is what we call FOMO, or fear of missing out. And that is a very, very good way to get people to take action. I'll share a story with you, actually. It was really funny. So I was working on one of my cars the other weekend, and I needed to get a part and replace it on the vehicle. And so I thought, well, let me jump on AutoZone's website, take a quick look, make sure that they actually have the part at my local store, and then I'll go over, get it, and I can come back and, put it in the vehicle. So I jump on the website, and the very first thing, right when I jump on the website, is an offer. And it pops up, and it says to me, hey, get $10 off your next purchase of $50 or more. All you've got to do is sign up. And I'm like, oh, cool. All I got to do is create an AutoZone account, and I get $10 off a purchase of $50. This is great. So what did I do? I immediately signed up. Then I start looking for the part. And wouldn't you know, of course, the part was $45. Not $50, $45. So I was like, oh, man, But now I had this coupon, this promo code to get $10 off. And I'm like, I am not going to lose this promo code. So what did I do? I started going through all the stuff on the vehicle. Let's see. Could I replace this? Could I replace that? Is that working? I'm like, well, everything else seems to be working pretty good. But what might break in the near future that I need to replace? Right? So I actually ended up ordering 2 parts so that I could get my $10 off. And I actually spent more money than if I had just ordered the one part.
Yep.
But the point is, I was so afraid of losing my $10 coupon or promo code that I ended up spending more money to make sure I didn't lose it.
Right.
So that is a great call to action.
Absolutely.
And the other great thing about it too is they created, one of the other things you need to do with your call to action is you need to create urgency, right? So not only did they give me a promo code for $10 off, but the promo code was only good for like 48 to 72 hours, something like that. So I had to purchase right away or I lost it. So again, that's why I purchased, because I didn't
absolutely
lose $10.
Like Dick's Sporting Goods. I just ordered a new Yeti cooler off of there, and they were like, "Oh, sign up for our 10% off." And I was like, "Cool, I'll take 10% off. Let me sign up, and then I'll order the Yeti." So I signed up, and I'm waiting for the email, and the email never freaking comes, and I'm like, So I just order the Yeti, right? And then it ships out. Well, the next day I get an email. Hey, here's your 10% off coupon. And I'm like, you suckers. I can't believe it. Make me wait 24 hours. But then, like Troy, I didn't want to lose the 10% off. And I'm like, why do I care about 10% off? 10% off is like nothing. But I'm like, I still don't want to lose the 10% off. And I know I'm going to buy something else. So I'm going to buy like a new Yeti cup, a little 20-ounce new Yeti cup. Well, I want to use my 10% off. So what did I do? I jumped on there and I ordered more stuff and got my 10% off. I mean, it was genius of them. I hate them for it. But yeah, it's good.
It's psychology. What's funny about it is here we are, we do marketing all day long for a living, right? And it doesn't matter that we know exactly what's going to happen.
Right.
We know exactly why we're doing what we're doing. We still do it. Right. Because it's human nature and human psychology.
Absolutely.
The other thing too that I wanted to talk about when it comes to a special offer is create a special offer, not a last ditch offer. And I hate this, and people do it all the time. And maybe you have it on your website, but it's one of those things where like the person has gone through the website, they've decided not to do anything with you. So they move the mouse up to close the browser or the tab, and all of a sudden a pop-up pops up and says, please don't leave. I'll give you this, right? But the problem is you've already made a decision not to move forward with the website. So those don't work. Right? We had one of our clients, she had one of those on her website. It was really interesting. It was a pop-up thing. And I asked her, I said, how many people have filled that out? And she's like, 0. Nobody has ever filled that out. And we said, okay, great. Let's change this. Get rid of that dumb thing. And let's create a special offer that's compelling. Let's have it pop up when the person is visiting the website. Once they're just starting to get into the content, let's make an offer to them, right? When they're trying to make a decision. And what happened was, using our special offer system in SoTellUs, she got 22 new clients in the first 30 days. So she went from 0 people claiming her last ditch offer over like the last 6 months to 22 people in 30 days. And I looked the other day, in the last like 12 months, she's had over 300 new customers come in through her special offer. So, and again, all we did was change her call to action to something that actually worked versus something that didn't work.
Well, that's super awesome. And if you're on YouTube, you just saw my eyes go, what? Like, that's so awesome. And here's the thing is people are like, what? Wait, what? If you caught that, it's because we have thousands of customers. We have so many customers. It's funny because people are like, well, don't you know all of your customers? No, I don't know thousands of my customers. They interact with different people at our company. And all the time I will get an email from somebody that's like, hey, I just wanted to say, or we'll get a review, right? And they're like, oh my gosh, I got like 100 new customers from this system and it's so awesome. Thanks so much. So tell us. And I'm like always blown away. I'm like, that's so awesome. And it's incredible. There are so many stories of these, successful clients of ours that I don't even know about, that Troy doesn't even know about. Our guys will walk in and be like, oh my gosh, Bobby from, Bobby's home inspection has had 25 new customers this month off of their special offer. Can you believe that? And I'm just like, that is amazing. That is so cool.
Exactly. So that's the thing, you got to make sure you've got a amazing call to action, and you got to, have a system in place with that. So if you have SoTellUs and you don't have our special offer system in place, reach out to our team and get that in place, because
your success coach.
Yeah, your success coach will help you not only get it set up, but they will actually help you create a compelling offer. And if you don't have SoTellUs, then Trevor, what's the homework?
If you don't have SoTellUs, you have to come up with a call to action and implement it on your website, in your marketing, on your flyers, everywhere this week. Like, figure out how you're, at least plan out the call to action that you're going to put throughout. Because if you do magazines, if you do flyers, you may not be renewing that magazine for 3 or 4 more months. You may not be getting new flyers printed, but make the plan and get it ready. And then the things like your website, where you can implement it immediately, the things like your online marketing where you can implement it immediately, get it done. Don't waste time. Our special offer, it's an awesome little widget with SoTellUs. Our guys, if you have a web guy, he just pastes the code on and it pops up on the website. And it's not, and let me rephrase that. It's not a pop-up. It's one of those, like Troy said, last ditch effort things. Oh, they're going towards exit and like super annoying. No, it's not a pop-up at all because those get blocked. Ours is actually a little widget that hangs out in the bottom corner of your page and it comes up. And they can click it and it'll go back down. They can fill it out. They can have it come back up later. They can scroll all around. It doesn't get in the way. It doesn't stop them from looking at your website. It's just there for them when they're ready to take action with you. And it's funny because our customers will talk to their customers and they'll say like, yeah, I saw this little widget pops up boop, from the corner. And it was like, get 25% off first time cleanings or whatever that was. And I was like, oh, that's cool. And I scrolled around your website and I looked at it and I, researched your company. And then I decided I wanted to do business with you and I filled that out. And then you guys contacted me and we did business together. And so that's the key. It can't be annoying. It can't be a last ditch thing. It needs to be something that is there and available to your customers, but not annoying them, not just like, sometimes the other day I was on one that had a pop-up and there was no exit button. There was no exit button. You couldn't exit out. And I said, well, this company's an idiot. This company's ridiculous. And I just swiped away and I went away from their website. So get that implemented, guys. And if you don't have any kind of system out there, hey, plug for SoTellUs, right? We've got an awesome system that actually works. Customers get new clients all the time utilizing our system. So reach out to us, SoTellUs.com. Give us a call, 480-832-5511. Talk to our team, and we will help you guys out because you need to have one. I don't care who you use. As you know, I don't care. I've just plugged us, but honestly, I don't care who you use. You just need to be doing it. Okay? Yeah. All right, guys. Well, this was fun. I love it. I think I really like the topic of next week. I think we've already pre-planned that one. I think it's going to be really good for everybody. And so we'll talk about that, especially since it's the first thing we talk about with customers when we step in their office and they're paying us $1,000 an hour to consult for them. So you're going to get $1,000 an hour's worth of consulting, which you get every single week out of us. But this is number one. And so the number one thing that we start with. All right, guys, we love you. We're excited for you. YouTube is growing. Instagram is growing. It's amazing. We're up to like almost 23,000 followers on Instagram, 3,000 to 6,000 interactions and likes and stuff with our posts now. People, it's been great. So keep on watching, keep on listening. Keep on subscribing. Make sure you click the bell button so you get the notification every week if you're following us on YouTube. And we will catch you guys next week on another episode of SoTellUs Time.